welcome to the news update on AFRICUNIA television, reaching you from our studio in the nation's commercial capital, Lagos, Nigeria. I am Deborah, Ezeh, and many thanks for joining me. We begin from Nigeria. The AFRICUNIA Bank has signed a symbiotic partnership agreement with ISHIBA Development and Empowerment Center, a non-governmental organization that develops life in agriculture, skill, grants, healthcare, and education in Nigeria. AFRICUNIA TV gathered that the essence of the agreement, which was signed on August 4th, 2022 at the Nigeria's headquarters of AFRICUNIA Bank in Yaba, Lagos, Nigeria, is to work together on AFRICUNIA Bank's Bank AGRIC grants project, which support local farmers in Nigeria with training and educational seminars and macro business empowerment. And now, according to the agreement, AFRICUNIA Bank will economically empower ISHIBA Development and Empowerment Center through sustainable grants and aiding its business proposal financially, and also take on various humanitarian projects and relief-oriented roles in Nigeria through the NGO, and also support local economic projects. Now, speaking with newsmen after the agreement signing, the Executive Secretary of AFRICUNIA Bank, Mrs. Madeleine Winkler, reiterated the bank's resolve to support massive development of agriculture in Nigeria and Africa at large through training and empowerment of farmers under AFRICUNIA Bank Bank Agri-Grants project. And now connected with me in the studio are representatives from the ISHIBA Development and Empowerment Center, NGO. Now, it's good to have you with us, Dr. Ngozi Praise, who is the CEO and founder of ISHIBA Development Empowerment Center, and also Honorable Olatosin Olabode, who is the Lagos State Southwest Regional Leader, CSO Monitoring Team. Thank you for coming on the news today. Now, tell us briefly, Dr. Elizabeth, what is the ISHIBA Development Empowerment Center about? Now, to state the obvious, we know it is a non-governmental organization, but give us insights about your organization and what it aims at.
ISHIBA, in a nutshell, is an NGO that is into humanitarian. We're into agriculture, we're into community development, we're into health care, education, helping of the less privileged, widows and orphans, I think. And then we're into skill acquisition. We have a fashion school where we train our youths. After training them for 1 year, we empower them so that they can start their own fashion shop.
All right, well said, Honorable Olatosin Olabode. This is for you. To our knowledge, this is an excellent project or partnership from AFRICUNIA's Bank. Now, what strategy will be made available for farmers or intending farmers, that is people who are willing to go into agriculture with the said grant? What strategy do you have in place for them to get access to this grant?
Well, we are assisting NGO already, and we have a structure. So we have been training so many farmers on agri. So we have already a structure put in place. It's very easy for us to get our people.
Now, when you say easy, can you explain further on how easy these strategies are?
We have a state coordinators all over Nigeria. We have a local government coordinators all over Nigeria. And we have a village coordinator. We have community coordinators in each village. So we already put in places. We have their contact, we have their number, we know them very well. We have been meeting with them. We have been doing our seminar. We did a lot of seminars in every state in Nigeria. So that's the reason I said it's very easy for us to fish them out.
And back to you, Dr. Elizabeth. What numbers are we looking at? How many farmers or potential farmers is your organization going to be able to reach out to for the grant?
Well, God helping us within this 1 month, we are thinking of not reaching less than 1 million people, but as the time goes on, we can reach more than 20-30 million people under 1 year.
And now, will the said numbers be feasible? Are we going to achieve the figures we're actually, speaking about now?
Time will show. Very visible.
And now, finally, is there going to be any form of educational sensitization for people who are unfamiliar with the grant process?
Actually, we are going to do that, which you have been doing already. Like I said, ISHIBA the largest NGO so far in Nigeria today, which the biggest one. Everybody knows ISHIBA. So, no doubt about that. You surely do that. We do that.
And I'll thank you so much for your time and joining us on the news today. Dr. Elizabeth Ngozi Praise and Honorable Olatosin Olabode, thank you so much. And now moving on, the All Progressive Congress APC yesterday rose in stout defense of its all-Muslim presidential ticket, saying it signposts positive developments for Nigeria. It was just that the party announced the governor of Plateau State and chairman of Northern Governor Forum, Simon Lalong, and Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Festus Keyamo, as the Director General and acting spokesman of Bola Tinubu Presidential Campaign Organization, respectively. Now, speaking with newsmen after a closed-door meeting with President Muhammad Buhari at the State House, Abuja, APC Chairman Senator Abdullahi Adamu described the party's same-faith ticket as a positive development for the country's politics. Adamu, who was flanked at the briefing by the APC presidential candidate Mr. Bola Tinubu, his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, and Governor Lalong, stressed that the dust raised by the same-faith ticket will be settled before February 2023 presidential poll. In our more stories from the African scene, thousands of Moroccan internet users are calling for the departure of Prime Minister Aziz Akeredolu, a businessman who made his fortune in fuel distribution. They have accused him of benefiting from soaring price at the pump, launched in recent weeks. The hashtag calling for the 61-year-old head of government to resign has already been shared by nearly 600,000 accounts on Facebook. The call is accompanied by a demand to halve the price of petrol, which is about 16 dirham, that is 1.5 euros, and diesel, which is more than 14 dirham, while the monthly minimum wage is about 270 euros. The virtual campaign did not result in demonstration, but triggered a political and media controversy, fueled by opposition unions and parliamentarians. However, the government justifies the high cost of living in an international context marked by the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine, as well as an unprecedented drought affecting agriculture, a key sector of the country. Now, still on the African scene, Africa Public Health Agency has debunked reports suggesting that many of the continent's reported monkeypox cases this year are in men who have sex with men. The agency on Thursday kicked against any stigmatization that might delay case reporting and affect the outbreak response. The monkeypox cases reported in Europe and North America have almost exclusively involved gay and bisexual men, though health officials have said the virus can infect anyone who is in close contact, physical contact with an infected individual, their clothing or bedsheets. However, that indicator is not relevant in the African context, the acting director of Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Ahmed Ogwell, told reporters. Ogwell was asked how the issue of men having sex with men could be ruled out as a factor in the largely conservative continent's current outbreak if his agency had no statistics on it, and he responded, "It is not an issue because we have serious outbreak to manage. I don't want to get into a discussion that will distract us from preparedness and response."
Do you have a clue? Best bank for me and you, where the interest is nice and cool. AFRICUNIA day for you. Trust is our virtue, cause we make it all about you. Our great plans are open to you. All you need is to make a move. Ooh, AFRICUNIA bank will give you more. You know the interest in your fixed deposits, it's more. Oh, AFRICUNIA bank will give you more. And you never go like us, we always giving more.
And now welcome back. On the foreign scene today, 4 people are in critical condition as a lightning strike near the White House on Thursday, an official in the U.S. Capitol said. The lightning struck a small park across the street from the White House, leaving 2 men and 2 women with critical life-threatening injuries, according to a statement from Washington's Fire and Emergency Department. All the victims have been to local hospitals, and photos boosted by the department on social media showed multiple ambulances and at least 1 fire truck with flashing lights working at the scene. And moving on, ballistic missile fired by China appeared to have landed in Japan's exclusive economic zone, Japanese Defense Minister Mombo Kishi said, part of military exercises launched by China earlier in the day. The exercises, China's largest ever in Taiwan Strait, began as scheduled at midday and included live firing in the waters to the north, south, and east of Taiwan, bringing tensions in the area to the highest in quarter-century. The exercises came 2 days after U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit in 25 years, and just hours after China said a planned meeting between its foreign minister and Japan's had been cancelled due to China displeasure, with a G7 statement urging Beijing to resolve Taiwan tensions peacefully. Now, still on the foreign scene, a Russia court sentenced U.S. basketball star Griner to 9 years in prison on Thursday after finding her guilty of deliberately bringing cannabis-infused vape cartridges into Russia, a ruling that U.S. President Joe Biden called unacceptable. Griner was escorted out of the courtroom in handcuffs by police after the ruling, turning to reporters and saying, "I love my family." A sentencing could now pave the way for U.S.-Russia prisoner swap that would include a 31-year-old athlete and an imprisoned Russian who was once a prolific arms dealer. Griner had admitted having the vape cartridges containing hashish oil, but said she had made an honest mistake by inadvertently packing them. Before the verdict, she tearfully pleaded with the Russian judge not to end her life with a harsh prison sentence. The court also fined her $1 million ruble, that is $16,990 US. And now on to the sports scene. Frank Lampard has confirmed Dominic CalvertLewin will miss Everton's Premier League opener against Chelsea after suffering a freak injury in training. The Toffees survived a relegation scare last season, finishing 16th in the Premier League, just 4 points above the drop zone after an underwhelming campaign. Everton will look to make a strong start to the 2022 and 2023 season when Lampard, former club Chelsea, travelled to Goodison Park on Saturday. We are assessing Dom's injury, no time frame has been confirmed, and we are pretty sure what level it is, so we are hopeful it is not long term. We will miss him for Chelsea. He was looking in great physical condition and was training really well. It was a freak injury in training, which does happen. It is a shame, but we have to find a solution to keep ourselves strong without Dominic before he returns, said Lampard. Now, while Everton endured the dismissal 2021 and 2022 season, Chelsea also underwhelmed in the Premier League as Thomas Tuchel's side failed to keep pace with title rivals Manchester City and Liverpool. And finally, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has dissolved Ondo State Football Agency interim committee with immediate effect. A statement in Akure yesterday by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Richard Olatunde, said the dissolution was for the better performance. Consequently, the Governor put the management of the agency under direct supervision of the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, pending the constitution of the board. He also directed that efforts must be made within 1 year to find a suitable investor to take over the Sunshine Star Football Club on a public-private partnership arrangement. Akeredolu thanked members of the interim committee, headed by the Deputy Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, for a job well done. He reiterated his administration's committee to repositioning the state football agency for optimum performance and results-oriented innovations. And now that concludes the news updates on AFRICUNIA television. Do follow all our social media platforms displaying on your screen to stay connected and updated with news and other programs. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and also link us up on www.africunia.tv. Once again, I am Deborah Ezeh. Have a beautiful weekend.